Hello, this is Mike Martin, live from Casio. I was just out in the rain trying to get a few things set up, and hopefully everything is working properly. I promised that I would do a very quick video on how to do a couple things here on the Privia PX-560. I've only got, honestly, about a 15-20 minute window. There is a chat window if you have any questions. I see it looks like Christian Terzic, maybe, if that's you. Hello. If you have a question, I'll do my best to answer it in this short window of time that I have right now. But what I wanted to cover was one of the things I did in a video, or excuse me, in a sound that I posted online just about last week, I believe. And it has to do with taking sounds and using the controller assignments that we have here on the PX560. So I'm going to go to a different view here, and hopefully all will work. Sorry, I didn't have time to get this set up perfectly. So let me just tilt the camera here. So this is the main screen that we have on the PX560. We can see our 4 different sounds, upper 1, upper 2. So, you know, the real basic things is if you've got piano and you want to layer strings, just hit the icon there for the second sound. So very, very simple to layer sounds. If you'd like to change the levels of those 2 sounds, it's actually called balance. The balance between those on the main screen, you'll find a balance window that allows you to adjust the balance between the strings and the piano. Those kinds of things can be stored in a registration. But what I really wanted to show you today was about the 3 knob assignments down here on the bottom, and in particular the expression pedal and how it can be used. So what I'm going to do is go to, I've got piano and strings live on the keyboard, and I'm going to assign real quick here the pedal on the controllers window to do expression for those strings so I can control it in real time. So when I go to the controller screen, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change my pedal type, which is for the assignable pedal here in the back, from foot switch to expression. Once it is set to expression, I can then go into the pedal edit screen and choose what the pedal is going to do. So expression is the most common. Expression is like volume, but a little bit different. We'll get into that in a future session. But now that it's set to expression, I go back to my main screen here, and I can use, I have a pedal connected. Apologize for the focus there. Went out of whack a little bit. Sometimes we can get it to, there it goes. Now I can use my pedal and control the volume of the strings, or whatever sounds it happens to be, real easily with the pedal. A couple other things on this screen. You can choose, let's go back to controllers and go back to pedal edit. Down here on the bottom, you can choose if the pedal is active on which of our 4 parts. So what happened a moment ago is it also faded out my piano, and that isn't what I wanted. So I only want it on, in this case, for the string layer. So I can independently control one part over another. The other thing you can do here is set a range. Maybe I don't want it to go any louder than a particular level, so I can set a minimum and a maximum level here. You could even reverse the way the pedal operates by reversing these 2 values like so. So now the pedal, expression pedal, will work backwards. So some tricky things that you can do with the expression pedal. Now let's sort of reset. I'm going to go and do some other kinds of things with the expression pedal, and this is again what I did in the patch that I built the other day. So real quick, I'm going to go into the electric piano section. I'm going to choose one of my favorite clavinets. Okay, it's a real nice, pure, dry clavinet. It's a great sound. But personally, I don't like the clavinets too pure and clean like that. I like to run them through an amp. put some grunge on them. So to do that, I'm going to press the tone button over the right-hand side, and from the tone menu is where we get to the edit screen. So I'm going to hit edit and dive in, and this is where we can get in and change all the different things with this particular sound. I'm going to choose DSP, and instead of through, which is bypass, I'm going to choose distortion. And now I've got all my parameters for that distortion effect. And I can go down and choose particular speaker combinations that they have preset in here. Each of them have sort of a different character. I'm also going to adjust the wah, which we're going to get to in a minute. So there's bass cabinets and a variety of different combo amps and stacks. Our stack is one of my favorites, so I'm going to leave it there. Next thing I want to mess with is the wah-wah. Eventually this is going to be on the expression pedal. So real quick, the manual setting is really what's going to give us that wah-wah sound. And if I just control it manually here with the, I'll switch, see if I can switch camera views. Just using this data wheel here, I can hear what the wah-wah this manual parameter does. And you can hear basically from like 0 to about 50. After about 50, we don't hear too much change. So what I'm going to do now is go, actually I'm going to save this patch with this effect on it the way it is. I'm going to hit right, and looks like I'd already done it once, but you can take the time to rename it here, put in your own fancy name, Mike's Clav, enter, and then save it, execute, yes. So I've saved Mike's Clavinet here, and now I'm going to go back to that controllers screen. It's on the second page, and pedal type I'm going to edit, and instead of expression I'm going to go towards the end of this list, and I'll see all of my DSP effect parameters. And the one I'm looking for is wah manual. That's the one I was playing with a minute ago. So what we want to change is the range here from, you know, something pretty low, 0, 5, something like that, and a maximum of around maybe 55. And now by the way, you got to make faces when you play with the wah wah. So I mean, loads of fun playing the wah pedal with the PX5S and a clavinet sound like that. So once you have it all set up the way you want, you can store that as a registration. Again, so 2 steps. The first thing I did was put the effect that I wanted on my tone, and I saved it. And the second step was going to the controller screen and going to expression pedal and choosing the wah manual setting for my expression pedal. So so very cool. Some other things that we can do are the knobs. We've got 3 knobs here on the PX560, so maybe I'd like to use those to control something else. So let's go back to that controller screen and see what we can do. Knob 1, maybe I'd like to assign that to my amp switch. Maybe I'm not sure which one I want to use live, and I'd like to be able to switch between them on the fly. So let's see, it's on the next page. There's amp. So now that I've set knob 1, target 1 to amp, if I go back to my main screen here, here we go. Now we can see the amp name abbreviated, of course, so we have bypass. So great way to you know, have some real-time control over this. Real-time control over this. And I could take my second knob and assign it to something else with that effect. I could assign it to maybe the overall distortion gain. Real easy. I would probably reduce the range personally if you're going to do that. Maybe set it from 10 to, this is just something I've gotten used to from the PX5S, is what range of distortion sounds good. I'm also going to, each knob can do two things. So while I'm controlling the gain on assignment number 1, I can go to assignment number 2 and assign level to that one. So what that happens is, if we turn up that distortion gain, the sounds start going to get like uncontrollably loud. So if we use this level control and sort of set it backwards, so as I turn the knob up, it's going to turn it down in volume. And again, I'm just setting these values based on experience. So let's see how that works. We're going to, here, let me open up the wah pedal so we can really hear it. So lots of distortion if we turn it down. So we've got it set now where we go from a nice clean clavinet to something really, really crunchy. So lots of control. And last but not least, I'm going to go to knob 3, and instead of EQ, maybe throw it on something like a delay. So delay effects mix right there, number 94. And so probably not my favorite amp. So now that you've configured all of this, you can save it as a registration. Real easy to do. Just hit the store button over on the right hand side. Now, important to note that you've got 96 registrations on the PX560, so there's 24 banks of 4. And so I'm not sure what's in here, so I'm gonna store it in, press and hold the store button and location number 4. So now this configuration is stored. I can get to it real quick. Of course, the PX560 has drums as well, so I could go in and grab a shuffle or something like that. Adjust my tempo with the tap tempo button, and now we got So we didn't see as I hit an ending button by accident, but so much fun to play around with a configuration like this, and again with the rhythms, the clavinets, and how easy it is to make some real-time assignments here on the PX560. Really easy to configure for your live shows. So I promised that this would be kind of quick. I apologize, but how I built that sound that I posted online is really what I wanted to cover today. Again, I went into the main tone menu, went into the edit screen, and took one of the preset clavinets and edited it and put my own DSP effect on it. I chose the distortion, and we went through that. So this video is going to be posted online. If you missed the earlier part of the video, how I chose those settings, I went to the controller window here and assigned my pedal to expression, and then set some parameters to use the wah effect in this case. So again, all of that can be stored as a registration. It's really fast, and hope you got a good idea of what the PX560 is capable of. Just this very quick video. After the holidays, trust me, there is a lot more coming, and many more of these clinics that we're going to be doing. I know it's been pretty quiet the last couple months, but there are a lot of things on the horizon. So you have my word. Many clinics for not only myself, but Mr. Rich Formidoni here at Casio to cover the PX-560. We're going to even circle back and do some XW things, and also cover our Grand Hybrid. And check out the post on the Casio Music Gear Facebook page. It's a great picture of Keith Emerson with a Casio Salviano Grand Hybrid piano. Looking quick at the chat window, Happy Rat's asking, does the PX-560 have a phrase sequencer? No. Phrase sequencer is unique to both the XW series and the PX-5S. However, the 560 here has more of a traditional multi-track MIDI recorder sequencer that we have here. So MIDI recorder has 16 linear tracks that allow you to compose. So there's also some editing features here as well. So not a phrase sequencer. You can't assign a riff to a key like you can on the PX-5S or 560. So, or excuse me, 5S or XW series. So traditional sequencing here as compared to the phrase sequencer, which is a great feature on the PX-5S. So a lot of differences, and probably another promise I got to get to is a real good comparison page I'm going to put on our Privia Pro WordPress site of some more differences between the two products. As an example, PX-5S has a DSP effect for each of your 4 primary sounds. This product only has one because it reserves other effects for your accompaniment track. So if you want your accompaniment to have your guitar and your accompaniment to have a cool effect, you can do that on the PX-560. So some different capabilities here. Some advancements with the screen, built-in speakers, expression pedal, but there's some other things that are different. So you have to decide really which instrument fits your need as far as its capabilities. And I think we've got 2 very unique and powerful products here. In any case, I apologize, guys. I have reached the end of my allotted time here. I do have to go, but it was great to see you online for just a short period of time. I'll make sure this video hits YouTube later today, and we'll see you at the next webinar here from Casio in the new year. Take care.